Peace and love, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming to Read and Learn with T. Marie. And you know that's me. And we are back with another reading of the Holy Bible this morning, continuing on with the third book of Moses called Leviticus, which is about the Levites. And we are continuing on with chapter 11. We're starting off with chapter 11. Last video, I read 7, 8, 9, and 10. And it was very, very repetitive. It was really repetitive. 7, 8, and 9 were just about, the repetition of the guidelines of the peace offerings, the sin offerings, the meat offerings, all of that stuff. And it was on and on and on and on and on. It was on the Erica Badu. But I think I know how to make a sin offering now. I know the guidelines of how to do it, but I don't want to do that. I really never ever want to put myself in those situations, okay? I'm really glad that they changed the guidelines and the rules for those and just invented jail. Okay. Then we get to it started unraveling. It started to move forward in chapter 10, and it took a drastic change. It really wasn't a good turn that it made. We lost Aaron, we lost two of Aaron's sons. They did something. They didn't really specify what type of strange fire that they did. What was their names? Nadab and Abihu. They did something. I don't know exactly what they did, but they made a strange fire before the Lord, which he commanded them not to do. Okay. And then they died before the Lord. It's got me wondering. I kind of wanted to look it up, but I was afraid it was going to take me in a rabbit hole of exactly what I'm thinking of. I wonder if they invented like marijuana. Because it said strange fire and was it weed? I just wonder. I wonder what that strange fire was. I did try to kind of look into it, but the stuff that I read, the little bit that I read, kind of specifying that they did not specify what type of strange fire it was. So then, after that, after they die before the Lord, Moses goes to Aaron and, he gets his other sons. Aaron has two other sons that are left, and they're doing this whole meat offering, they're doing all this stuff still, right? And they got their place. The other sons, they got their place to eat, but they're not eating. They just lost their brothers. They lost their brothers, they're mourning, they're grieving, and Moses is getting upset with the boys because they don't want to eat. I mean, rightfully so. They don't have an appetite. They are grieving right now. So I mean, not Moses, but Aaron's telling Moses, like, hey, man, we just went through some tragic stuff right now. Please, spare us. And Moses he ends up understanding. So that's where that ended off. That's what chapter 10 ended off. And now we're going to get into chapter 11 of the third book of Moses called Leviticus, okay? I really hope everybody's having a really good, blessed day today, staying centered, grounded. You got up and got something nice to eat, or you're in the afternoon eating some good lunch, or you're in the evening eating some good dinner. Either way it goes, I hope it's a great day for you. And just wishing everybody peace and love and happiness in my heart. My heart to yours, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with chapter 11, all right? Chapter 11. And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever, whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, and shall ye eat. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the coney, because he cheweth the cud. What is a cud? I wonder what a cud is. But divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, though he divide the hoof, and being cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Hmm. Or their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters and the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. Okay, they can only eat some fish, huh? And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. Wow. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses an abomination. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. And these are they which ye shall have in abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination, the eagle and the ossifrage and the osprey, and the vulture and the kite after his kind, every raven after his kind, and the owl and the nighthawk and the cacao and the hawk after his kind, and the little owl and the cormorant and the great owl, and the swan and the pelican and the gyre eagle, and the stork, the heron after her kind, and the lapwing and the bats. All fowls that creep going upon all four shall be an abomination unto you. Yet these may ye eat of every flying creeping thing that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet to leap withal upon the earth. Even these of them ye may eat, the locust after his kind, and the bog locust after his kind, and the beetle after his kind, and the grasshopper after his kind. But all other flying creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. And for these ye shall be unclean. Whosoever touches the carcass of them shall be unclean until the even. And whosoever beareth out of the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. The carcasses of every beast, the carcasses of every beast which divideth the hoof and is not cloven footed, nor cheweth the cud, are unclean unto you. Every one that touches them shall be unclean. And whatsoever goeth upon his paws, among all manner of beasts that go on all four, those are unclean unto you. Whoso toucheth their carcass shall be unclean until the even. And he that beareth the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. They are unclean unto you. These also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth, the weasel and the mouse and the tortoise after his kind, and the ferret and the chameleon and the lizard and the snail and the mole. These are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever don't touch them, when they be dead, shall be unclean until the even. And upon whatsoever any of them, when they are dead, doth fall, it shall be unclean, whether it be any vessel of wood, or raiment, or skin, or sack. Whatsoever vessel it be, wherein any work is done, it must be put into water, and it shall be unclean until the even, so it shall be cleansed. And every earthen vessel whereinto any of them falleth, whatsoever is in it shall be unclean, and ye shall break it. And all meat which may be eaten that on which such water cometh shall be unclean, and all drink that may be drunk in every such vessel shall be unclean. And everything whereupon any part of their carcass falleth shall be unclean, whether it be the oven or ranges or pots, they shall be broken down, for they are unclean and shall be unclean unto you. Speaking of the cooking again, that made me think of the previous chapters that I read where God was like, season it, season it, season it. So did they make salt? Did they have to make the salt? And I wonder like how they made it. They didn't go through those directions, did they? I wonder like, and this might be a dumb question because I guess me being the age I am, I should know what salt's made out of and stuff like that, but I don't. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know what salt's made out of. So I wonder like, were they making salt? Were they making their own seasonings too? I guess they had to do it with the oils and stuff that they were putting out there in the altar. Who knows? Who knows? That's just a little something that I was thinking about. Okay, continuing on. Verse 36. Nevertheless, a fountain or pit wherein there is plenty of water shall be clean, but that which toucheth their carcass shall be unclean. And if any part of their carcass fall upon any sowing seed which is to be sown, it shall be clean. But if any water be put upon the seed, and any part of their carcass fall thereon, it shall be unclean unto you. And if any beast of which ye may eat die, he that toucheth the carcass, what I sound like Mike Tyson. He that toucheth the carcass, let me repeat that. And if any beast of which ye may eat die, he that toucheth the carcass therefore thereof shall be unclean until the even. And he that eateth of the carcass of it shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even. He also that beareth the carcass of it shall wash his clothes, and be unclean until the even. And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination, it shall not be eaten. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, or whatsoever hath more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth, them ye shall not eat, for they are an abomination. Ye shall not make yourselves abominable. Excuse me. Ye shall not make yourselves abominable with any creeping thing that creepeth. Excuse me. Got a frog in my throat. Ribbit, ribbit. Neither shall ye make yourselves unclean with them, that ye should be defiled thereby. For I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy. For I am holy, neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Hmm. For I am the Lord that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt to be your God. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. This is the law of the beasts, and of the fowl, and of every living creature that moveth in the waters, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean, and between the beast that may be eaten and the beast that may not be eaten. I'm going to have to go through those again. So they can eat fish, but they can't eat shrimp. Is that what I'm getting out of it? It kind of reminds me of a story that my daughter told me about one of her friends that I think a preacher or something was kind of getting on her about eating shrimp, like it was a sin or something like that. I think that's if I remember correctly. I could be wrong what she was telling me about. All right, chapter 12. Chapter 12 is short. Chapter 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a woman have conceived seed and born a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days. I'm sorry, say that again. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a woman have conceived seed and born a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days, according to the days of the separation. For her infirmity shall she be unclean. And in the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised. Here we go. Here we go. I knew that was coming back sooner or later. And she shall then continue in the blood of her purifying 3 and 30 days. She shall touch no hallowed thing, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purifying be fulfilled. Wow, she can't even go to church to pray for 30 days, huh? Wow. And this is just if she has a boy. But if she bear a maid child, then she shall be unclean 2 weeks, as in her separation, and she shall continue in the blood of her purifying 66 days. And when the days of her purifying are fulfilled for a son or for a daughter, she shall bring a lamb of the first year for a burnt offering. Oh my. And a young pigeon or a turtle dove for a sin offering unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation unto the priests. Wow. So if you have a baby, you have to do this. I wonder if it was possible to get your tubes tied back in the day. Because if it was me, even though I wouldn't have any kids yet, I want my tubes tied. I want my tubes tied so I don't have to do this. I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. So they just kind of they make it impossible, really, for you to not do these things, really, back in those days. Okay, anyway, verse 7, who shall offer it before the Lord and make an atonement for her, and she shall be cleansed from the issue of her blood. This is the law for her that hath borne a male or a female. And if she be not able to bring a lamb, then she shall bring 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons, the one for a burnt offering and the other for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for her, and she shall be clean. So what if you can't bring anything? I wonder what they do. Okay, that's the end of chapter 12. That was a really short chapter. Kept that short and sweet. You have a baby, you gotta do the sacrifice. Oh my. You gotta do the offering, I mean. Mm-mm-mm. Chapter 13. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, when a man shall have in the skin of his flesh a rising, a scab, or a bright spot, and it be in the skin of his flesh, like the plague or leprosy, then he shall be brought unto Aaron the priest, or unto one of his sons the priest. And the priest shall look on the plague in the skin of the flesh, and when the hair and the plague is turned white, and the plague in sight be deeper than the skin of the flesh, it is a plague of leprosy. And the priest shall look on him and pronounce him unclean. Okay, so the priests, they're doctors now, huh? They're the first doctors. If the bright spot be white in the skin of the flesh, and in sight be not deeper than the skin, and the hair thereof be not turned white, then the priest shall shut up him that hath the plague 7 days. And the priest shall look on him the 7th day, and behold, if the plague in his sight be at a stay, and the plague spread not in the skin, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days more. Not shut him up. And the priest shall look on him again the 7th day, and behold, if the plague be somewhat dark, and the plague spread not in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him clean. It is but a scab, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. But if the scab spread much abroad in the skin, after that he hath been seen of the priest, for his cleansing, he shall be seen of the priest again. He said, you need to go to the clinic again, buddy. You are unwell. And if the priest see that, behold, the scab spreadeth in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is leprosy. When the plague of leprosy is in a man, then he shall be brought unto the priest. And the priest shall see him, and behold, if the rising be white in the skin, and it have turned the hair white, and there be quick raw flesh in the rising. It is an old leprosy in the skin of the flesh, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean, and shall not shut him up, for he is unclean. And if a leprosy break out abroad in the skin, and the leprosy cover all the skin of him that hath the plague, from his head even to his foot, wheresoever the priest looketh, then the priest shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean that hath the plague. It is all turned white, he is clean. Gosh, I have a frog in my throat this morning. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to be coughing in y'all's ear like that. I'm so sorry. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, but when raw flesh appeareth, but when raw flesh appeareth in him, he shall be unclean. And the priest shall see the raw flesh and pronounce him to be unclean, for the raw flesh is unclean. It is a leprosy. What is this person doing? I feel like this person is about to back up into the window. We got some crazy drivers here in my state. Even parking is a challenge for some of these folks. Anywho, continuing on, verse 16. Or if the raw flesh turn again and be changed into white, he shall come unto the priest. Gee, this dude is wildin'. And it sucks because I'm like right here. The car that I'm looking at is right here. So if it does, I'm gonna get hit. Y'all gonna watch me croak on screen. That's why I just keep looking. Okay, let me not get sidetracked anymore. 17. And the priest shall see him, and behold, if the plague be turned into white, then the priest shall pronounce him clean that hath the plague, he is clean. The flesh also, in which even in the skin thereof was a boil, and is healed. Oh, he got boiled. Ooh. And in the place of the boil there be a white rising, or a bright spot, white and somewhat reddish, and it be shewed to the priest. Ugh, that sounds like it's about to pop. And if when the priest seeth it, behold, it be in sight lower than the skin, and the hair thereof be turned white, the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague of leprosy broken out of the boil. But if the priest look on it, and behold, there be no white hairs therein, and if it be not lower than the skin, but be somewhat dark, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days. And if it spread much abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague. But if the bright spot stay in his place and spread not, it is a burning boil, and the priest shall pronounce him clean. Or if there be any flesh in the skin whereof there is a hot burning, and the quick flesh that burneth have a white bright spot, somewhat reddish or white, then the priest shall look upon it, and behold, if the hair and the bright spot be turned white, and it be in sight deeper than the skin, it is a leprosy broken out of the burning. Wherefore the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is the plague of leprosy. But if the priest look on it, and behold, there be no white hair in the bright spot, and it be no lower than the other skin, but be somewhat dark, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days. And the priest shall look upon him the 7th day, and if it be spread much abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is the plague of leprosy. And if the bright spot stay in his place and spread not in the skin, but it be somewhat dark, it is a rising of the burning, and the priest shall pronounce him clean, for it is an inflammation of the burning. If a man or a woman have a plague upon the head or the beard, then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a dry skull, even a leprosy upon the head or beard. And if the priest look on the plague of the skull, and behold, it be not in sight deeper than the skin, and that there is no black hair in it, then the priest shall shut him up that hath the plague of the skull 7 days. And in the seventh day the priest shall look on the plague, and behold, if the skull spread not, and there be in it no yellow hair, and the skull be not in sight deeper than the skin, he shall be shaven, but the skull shall he not shave, and the priest shall shut him up that hath the skull 7 days more, 7 days more. And in the seventh day the priest shall look on the skull, and behold, it be skull be not spread in his skin, nor be in sight deeper than the skin. Then the priest shall pronounce him clean, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. But if the skull spread much in the skin after the cleansing, then the priest shall look on him, and behold, if the skull be spread in the skin, the priest shall not seek for yellow hair; he is unclean. But if the skull be in the sight at a stay, and that there is a black hair grown up therein, the skull is healed; he is clean, and the priest shall pronounce him clean. If a man also or a woman have in the skin of their flesh bright spots, even white bright spots, then the priest shall look, and behold, if the bright spots in the skin of their flesh be darkish white, it is a freckled spot that groweth in the skin; he is clean. And the man whose hair is fallen off his head, he is bald, yet is clean. Yet is he clean, excuse me. And he that hath his hair fallen off from the part of his head toward his face, he is forehead bald, yet is he clean. And if there be in the bald head or bald forehead a white reddish sore, it is leprosy sprung up in his bald head or his bald forehead. Then the priest shall look upon it, and behold, if the rising of the sore be white reddish in his bald head or in his bald forehead, as the leprosy appeareth in the skin of the flesh, he is a leprous man; he is unclean. The priest shall pronounce him utterly unclean; his plague is in his head. The priest said, "You bald headed, unclean. Get your bald head, forehead self out of here, you unclean mold." And the leper in whom the plague is, his clothes shall be rent, and his head bare, and he shall put a covering upon his upper lip, and shall cry, "Unclean, unclean." Let me read that one more time. I'm sorry. And the leper in whom the plague is, his clothes shall be rent, and his head bare, and he shall put a covering upon his upper lip, and he shall cry, "Unclean, clean." He's got to say it twice. Oh, goodness. All the days wherein the plague shall be in him, he shall be defiled. He is unclean. He shall dwell alone. Without the camp shall his habitation be. Oh, poor thing. Like, come on, man. He didn't ask for that. He didn't ask for that leprosy. God gave it to him. Why he got to be alone? I guess because it's contagious, huh? His bald-headed leprosy is contagious. They said, "We don't want to be bald and itching like you, buddy." Oh, okay. The garment also that the plague of leprosy is in, whether it be a woolen garment or a linen garment, whether it be in the warp or woof or linen, or of woolen, whether in a skin or in anything made of skin. And if the plague be greenish or reddish in the garment, or in the skin, either in the warp or in the woof, or in anything of skin, it is a plague of leprosy, and shall be shewed unto the priest. And the priest shall look upon the plague, and shut up it that hath the plague 7 days. And he shall look on the plague on the seventh day. If the plague be spread in the garment, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in the skin, or in any work that is made of skin, the plague is a fretting leprosy; it is unclean. He shall therefore burn that garment, whether warp or hoof, in woolen or in linen, or anything of skin, wherein the plague is, for it is a fretting leprosy. It shall be burnt in the fire. He said, burn that. We don't want that stuff spreading. We don't want that spreading this way. You take that in the fire, honey. And if the priest shall look, and behold, the plague be not spread in the garment, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in anything of skin, then the priest shall command that they wash the thing wherein the plague is, and he shall shut it up 7 more days. And the priest shall look on the plague after that it is washed, and behold, if the plague have not changed its color, and the plague be not spread, it is unclean. Thou shalt burn it in the fire. It is fret inward, whether it be bare within or without. Whether it be bare within or without. And if the priest look, and behold, the plague be somewhat dark after the washing of it, then he shall rend it out the garment, or out of the skin, or out of the warp, or out of the woof, out of the woof. And if it appear still in the garment, either in the warp, or in the woof, or in anything of skin, it is a spreading plague. Thou shalt burn that wherein the plague is with fire. And the garment, either warp or woof, or whatsoever thing of skin it be, which thou shalt wash, if the plague be departed from them, then it shall be washed the second time, it shall be clean. This is the law of the plague of leprosy in the garment of woolen or linen, either in the warp or woof, or anything of skins, to pronounce it clean or to pronounce it unclean. Well, those are some chapters right there. We pretty much just learned about the first set of STDs, I think. No, and I don't know if it's STDs. It sounds like STDs. I don't know. On your forehead, on your bald forehead. What was you doing, homie? We're stopping there. That's enough. That's enough for today. But this chapter 14 is really long. Hmm, I wonder. There might be some relevance to this being so long, and this might be like, no, I'm stopping there just because I want to go home. We're stopping at chapter 14, guys. Okay, that's it. So, yeah, we're learning about what's unclean and what's clean. And the women, you have a baby, you got to do the sacrifice thing. That's crazy. I would not want to have no kids in the old days. I wouldn't. I know that's not the womanly thing to do back in those days. Like you just have to, I think, but I would be hiding somewhere or figuring out a way to be the first person to invent tube tying or something. That was the Holy Bible, y'all. That's it, okay? And I really hope that you guys enjoyed the readings of those chapters. If you do, please like, subscribe, share with a friend or a family member, comment me your insights on what you heard in these chapters. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a blessed day. Peace and love. Bye.